Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome in. Good afternoon. We have a few more individuals that might be joining us, so I'm just going to give it a moment or two while they filter in, but it's nice to see some friendly faces. Hello. Some new faces. Always great to see some new folks. I might be an unfamiliar face for some, but looking forward to chatting with you all today as we get excited for the conference. Gonna give it just one more minute and then we'll get started as to be respectful of everyone's time. And while we're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Thank you all so much for joining us for the What to Expect webinar that we host every year before the conference. My name is Alexis Frantum. I am the Events and Education Manager here at Problem Gambling Network of Ohio. I might be a new face to some. I started back in June, so I've been here just over 6 months, and I'm working this year to plan our conference with Claire Spada, as well as the rest of the PGNO staff, and we are so excited to welcome you back to the venue for another great year of the conference. So today we'll be talking about some of the details, what you can expect, some things to look forward to. But first, just in case this is anyone's first interaction with Problem Gambling Network of Ohio, a little bit about us. We are a 501c3 nonprofit agency that started as the Ohio Council for Problem Gambling in 1984 and changed our name to PGNO in 2010. We are one of the original affiliates to the National Council on Problem Gambling, for which there are now 37, and we're a membership-based organization. If you join our network, it allows you to take advantage of member benefits such as discounted trainings, membership newsletters, advocacy opportunities, and members-only events. At PGNO, we serve individuals, families, the community, and the workforce. We serve individuals by contracting with on-call counselors through the Ohio Problem Gambling Helpline and facilitating the Ohio Gambling Telehealth Network. We serve families in the same capacity and also through resources on our website. We serve the community by supporting our partners in statewide campaigns such as Pause Before You Play, Change the Game Ohio, and More Than a Bet. And finally, we serve the workforce by providing consultation, statewide supervision for counselors, training opportunities like this one, and of course, the Ohio Problem Gambling Conference. We do all of this to ensure that Ohio has a well-trained workforce to help with problem gambling. Our approach is built on making connections. We like to say that network is the most important part of our name. We are neutral on legalized gambling and the expansion of gambling, but we want to ensure that we advocate for consumer protections to mitigate harm to those impacted. And we approach gambling from a disease perspective, meaning that it is preventable, treatable, and that recovery is possible. Which brings us to the 2026 Ohio Problem Gambling Conference, a great way for professionals in the field from all parts of the field, whether operators, regulators, individuals in safer play, treatment professionals, prevention professionals, everyone to come together to share resources, to get excited, to work together to tackle problem gambling. This year, it's going to be held at the Ohioan Hotel and Event Center. If you have attended the conference in past years, you might be thinking, where's the Ohioan? So it's actually nationwide. Previously, it was called Nationwide Hotel and Conference Center, but they did a big refresh and a big rebrand over the past year. Individuals who attended the conference in 2025 might remember that the property was under construction, so there were areas that you had to walk around, and just some general construction craziness. But this year, all of the updates have been completed. The space looks absolutely gorgeous. We're so excited for you all to see it. There's new art up on the walls, paint, and I will share with you some of the other structural differences once we get to a map slide in a little bit of some of the ways that the space has been improved. But really, we're excited to be back for another great year for the conference. The conference this year will be taking place on Wednesday, February 11th and on Thursday, February 12th. So registration is currently open. This year, the rates are for the full conference, $200, and for the single day admission, $125. For our registration, we have both a pay now and a pay later options. So if you use the pay later option, we'll send you an invoice. If you are not already registered, we encourage you to get registered. Registering sooner helps us to get a feel for who's coming, but we will have registration open for quite a bit longer. So if you have colleagues, people that you have worked with within the field, individuals you think might really benefit from attending, please continue to spread the word that we are open for registration and that we would love to have them join us this year. Something else that we have available that has been available in past years is the recovery scholarships. So recovery scholarships cover the conference registration fee, mileage, overnight lodging for those who live more than 45 miles away from the Ohioan, and any non-conference meals. It is important to note that the waitlist currently is in effect. So this year we're giving out 15 recovery scholarships and we have reached out to 15 individuals, but if those individuals don't all get registered, we will open it up to our waitlist. So if you have individuals who are either in recovery themselves or who have a family member in recovery, encourage them to apply and we will put them on our waitlist and can let them know if spaces become available. So the hotel, like I mentioned, is the same as last year, just under a new name. And if you would like to stay the night, if you live a bit further away, we encourage you to book your hotel room sooner than later. The hotel block closes on Monday, January 12th. So in order to receive a room at the block rate, you need to reserve by January 12th. You can do that in a number of ways. You can either call the Ohioan directly to book the room using the group code on the screen, or you can book online through our conference page. And the conference page also has the group code. So if you don't feel like you have to write it down right now, you can go on our website and find it as well. Also, something I meant to mention at the beginning, but I'll just throw out here now. If anyone has any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat or to unmute yourself and ask the question. Happy to answer anything as we go along. I know some of this might be standard if you've been to the conference before, but if you're new and have some questions, I would love to answer them. As always, we will be offering continuing education units or CEUs for the conference. You can earn up to 11.25 CEUs for your attendance, and those can be under the Ohio Chemical Dependency Professionals Board, the Counselor, Social Work, Marriage, and Family Therapist Board, or the International Problem Gambling and Gaming Certification Organization. So if you have credentials under any of those boards, you can earn continuing education units. If this doesn't apply to you, not a problem at all. We still encourage you to come and learn and get the knowledge. So other than just earning CEUs, there's a variety of ways to engage while you are at the conference. As always, we will be offering no-cost professional headshots for attendees, and that will be done using a professional photographer. I believe they were on site last year as well, and they will also be here this year to provide those headshots at no cost to you, and you'll get the picture sent to you afterwards. Another great thing that we're bringing back from last year is the photo scavenger hunt. So it'll be a way to either work with other attendees and engage and take some photos, or along by yourself and really just explore around the conference. One of my favorite things personally is the exhibitor passport. So there'll be a little piece of paper and you will be able to go around to all of our different exhibitors and get a mark that you visited them and then collect a prize from BGNO at the end. And it's just a great way to meet all of the wonderful individuals who will be sharing information about their organizations. The great thing about the conference is not only will you be learning from all of the speakers and presenters and each other, but also from organizations who have taken the time to set up a table to tell you some more information about what they have to offer as well. And another great opportunity to engage is the open recovery meetings. You'll see on the agenda, it's the first thing every morning. These are intended as both support for individuals who might be attending the conference who are in recovery, as well as an opportunity for you to watch and observe a GA meeting. If you have never attended or have always been curious about what happens in the Gamblers Anonymous space, this would be a great opportunity to sit, observe, and be involved in the discussion. So we encourage you to check that out if you're interested. So as per previous years, we'll be using the Whova app. For those of you who have never attended, it's a very easy to use app that you will download onto your phone that will allow you to navigate around the conference. So it'll have information listed such as the agenda, a map, speaker profiles, information about the different sessions, a place for you to complete evaluations after the sessions. And we have staff that'll be on site that can help if you have questions. And yes, it will also share push updates if anything is changing. You can download this the morning of. We'll be sending links out well in advance of the conference, so you could download it, week before, day before, 2 weeks before, depending on your preference, and you'll get an email to whatever email that you have provided us when you registered. So other things in the Whova app, like I mentioned, the agenda, real-time updates, the profiles of the speakers so you can read their bio, see their headshots, see, what do they look like? Who are you going to be seeing today? There'll be some interactive features like polls and different other activities. You can post photos that you take with other attendees and share those with other attendees. We'll have a map of the venue to navigate the conference space, as well as it'll be a way for you to check into sessions and to the breakout sessions, as well as complete evaluations. All right. So conference day 1 on Wednesday, February 11th, like I mentioned, we will start with the open recovery meeting. We will have the registration table set up where you'll get your name badge, and as well as there'll be breakfast offered. And then we'll go right into opening remarks. Our keynote on day 1 will be from Dr. Timothy Fong, and on the next slide, I'll tell you what that keynote's title will be. And then interspersed throughout the rest of the day will be a mix of a networking break to visit the exhibitor tables or to talk with other attendees, and a variety of breakout sessions, as well as lunch. And lunch will be when you can get those headshot photos taken. So our keynote on day 1 is Dr. Timothy Fong. He is going to be giving a keynote on reimagining the risks, emerging forms of gambling. This is a very exciting keynote that we're looking forward to that's going to be delving into prediction markets, which I know are a very hot topic right now, and a lot of information is being shared. So we're really looking forward to his keynote presentation. And then later in the day, he will be doing a breakout session on innovative uses of digital health tools for gambling disorder. So going a bit further into different ways to engage clients when doing problem gambling treatment. So each breakout session will have 4 different offerings. For our first session, we have a Problem Gambling 101, Understanding the Risks, Recognizing the Signs, and Finding Support with Rebecca Lewis and Emily Mongelli. I might just go first names so that way I'm not butchering anyone's last names too much, but this will be great if you have any individuals that are attending the conference who might be new to the field. A really great way to set the stage for the rest of the conference, get some information to ground you and really learning what problem gambling is to guide you throughout the rest of the conference. We will also have a presentation from intake to reentry, building a problem gambling treatment continuum in Cuyahoga County Jail. That will be from individuals from Metro Health, William, and Megan. 2 other sessions during that first breakout session will be Women in Gambling, the Hidden Epidemic, Clinical Strategies and Lived Experience for Addressing Hidden Harms by Jody and Christina. And Christina is an individual who runs the podcast, The Broke Girls Society, I believe it's called. So we're very looking forward to that session as well. It should be very interesting, focusing on one of those unique populations that struggle with problem gambling. And then from why to how, integrating problem gambling prevention with Christina, Janet, and Mary, all prevention professionals who bring a lot to the table and will share their personal experiences. In the next set of sessions after lunch, we have Demystifying Advocacy, How to Talk to Lawmakers with PGNO staff, James, Alexa, and Josh. They will be discussing ways to engage with legislators. And then, like I mentioned earlier, we'll have Dr. Fong's breakout session, Innovative Uses of Digital Health Tools for Gambling Disorder. And in that session also, we will have Helping Players Take a Break, Conversations, Care, and Collaboration in Time Out Ohio with our very own Susan Diamond, who is here with us today, Ed Dick and Nabil Pervez, who will be sharing resources and information about Time Out Ohio, Ohio's voluntary exclusion program, Cracking the Campus Code, a guide to building effective partnerships with colleges and universities with Cindy from OSU. And finally, in our last set for day 1, we will have Building Capacity Together, Creative Approaches to Using Treatment Allocation Funds with Kara Brown and Kelly from PGNO. And also we will have Evolving Responsible Play, a New Era for the Ohio Lottery with Zach and Jimmy. Rounding out day 1, we will have So You Want to Learn Motivational Interviewing with Jeff, and Breaking the Silence on Money, Helping Clients Navigate Financial Recovery with Andrew. Any questions about day 1? I would also like to share that if you have not checked it out, please feel free to go on to our website and you will find the full descriptions for all of these sessions, and you can find the speaker bios as well. So if you're like, wow, one of these sessions sounds really interesting, I want to dig in and learn more about what might be coming up, you can check that out on our website. For day 2, it's going to follow a similar structure to day 1. It's a little bit of a shorter day, so there'll only be 2 breakout session blocks, but we'll start with registration, the open recovery meeting, breakfast, again with opening remarks, a keynote speaker, which is yet to be announced, so please be on the lookout for that in a future eBlast. Very exciting, will be coming soon. And then, like I mentioned, 2 breakout sessions and our closing speech. The first breakout session of day 2 is going to feature the hidden victim, treating the family affected by problem gambling with Nan Franks. If anyone is in the room who has attended our stages training, you might recognize the name. Nan does our stage 3 training and is always a hit with our attendees. So we're looking forward to having her back for a session. And then some individuals from Ohio University will be sharing what do college students think about gambling, advertisements, and responsible gambling information that they have gathered from their research at Ohio University. Also in that session group will be Building Bridges, Creating Staff Buy-in and Strategic Partnerships for Problem Gambling Support. This will be with Josh and John, and John works at one of the, I believe, casinos or racinos in Ohio. So this will be a great opportunity for, if there are folks from the operator or regulator space, to come and learn more, or really anyone, treatment professionals, prevention, but to learn what's going on in the world of the operators and to get some more information about the wonderful work that they are doing as well. We will have Beyond Sobriety, Navigating Gambling Risks in Recovery Housing with Daphne and Jesse. In the final breakout session block of the conference, we have our very own Abdullah, who is in the room with us today. We'll be presenting the ins and outs of day trading, stock, and prediction markets. So if you are really enjoying the keynote, this will be a great place to dive in. The keynote from day one, this will be a great place to dive in and learn even more about prediction markets, day trading, and just a lot of stuff that's really new and relevant going on right now, as well as increasing staff capacity to treat individuals with problem gambling from Diana and Jill. And finally, we will have trauma, exploitation, and co-occurring gambling disorder, a clinician's roadmap to identification, ethics, and treatment with Cindy, and Gamblers Anonymous Saved My Life. Here's what GA did right and where it fell through the cracks with Paige. This is going to be a very interesting session as Paige is an individual in recovery and will be sharing her story. And we really encourage you to check out these or any of the sessions. I think that it's a really strong slate this year, and we look forward to having you explore. Now, I put this map up, and I know that it's kind of fine, like small to see it, just to give you a sense of the lay of the land. So when you arrive at the Ohioan, you can park in this central lot. You'll like come down, drive down like the driveway into the central lot. You'll enter here through the entrance, which is where the registration will be. This grand ballroom will be where we have our keynote sessions, and then as well as two of our breakout rooms. So they put up an air wall to break this into two different rooms, and then you will walk all the way down and through. But don't worry, we'll have staff walking around directing you. We'll have many signs up so you can get a feel for where you're going. Please ask any of our staff questions. We are all happy to help. To go down to our breakout sessions, which will be in Hickory 1 and Hickory 2, as well as, like I mentioned, in the Grand Ballroom 2 and the Grand Ballroom 4 spaces. Any questions about the map? One more thing I'd like to mention also is that if you notice on the map here, it says Sycamore 1 and Sycamore 2. In the construction and expansion, they actually broke down the wall separating these two rooms, and it's a beautiful wide open space with gorgeous windows, and that's where the exhibitors are going to be held. So as you're walking over to sessions over here, or if you just pop out of the grand ballroom, you'll see all of those exhibitors and have a chance to get your passport taken care of. Upon arrival at the conference, make sure that you stop at the registration table, and then you also need to stop both mornings. So if you go first morning and you get your name badge and you get checked in for the day, make sure you're also stopping at the registration table on day 2, because this is how we will scan you in to show that you are present for the day. You'll receive your name badge, and the name badge is required for all of these sessions and events. And it's also a great way for other attendees to know your name, maybe to ask you some questions based off of where you work. And then once you arrive, you can also access the conference schedule. So like I mentioned earlier, we'll be utilizing the Whova app, which will have the agenda, have the map, but you also will have some printed schedules. So if you are unable to download an app onto your phone, or if you're having difficulties and would prefer a printed schedule, we will have that there as well. You will receive CEUs for attending the conference by checking in with the session volunteers. So when you enter a breakout room, you will get scanned in at the start of each of the breakout sessions. They'll scan your name badge QR code for session attendance. And another very important piece is completing the session evaluations, which will prompt in your Whova app when you attend a session. So make sure that you are completing those. If you are unable, again, to use the Whova app, we will have some printed session evaluations for you to use. And CEU certificates will be emailed to you within 30 days of the conference. If you are thinking when I mentioned exhibitors earlier, wow, my organization would love to have a table, would love to share information with the folks at the conference, please reach out to our engagement manager, Josh. He would love to get you set up for an exhibitor space. We still have many left, so please reach out to him. As well as if your organization would like to sponsor the conference and be a part of making the conference possible, we would love to have you as well. Again, reach out to Josh and he will get you connected. Any other questions? I know we're a small group today. All right. We want to thank our funders and partners. We're excited to put on this conference and to see everyone. If you have any questions after the fact, if you need help getting registered, or if you have questions after you've been registered, please feel free to reach out to me. My name is Alexis, like I mentioned at the beginning. And if not, we look forward to having you in February. Thank you so much.